Hey Sagittarius, it's Jen here. I'm doing your February reading. Thank you for joining me. So I did a little bit of channeling first and then we'll get into the cards. So let's see if I can shuffle and read at the same time. I'm not sure if I can. So this was extremely random. I heard that you may hear of someone getting struck by lightning or experiencing a very close lightning strike. Let me tell, I've never been struck by lightning, but a few houses down from me did, and sparks flew out of my, and they weren't super close. They were at least a football field away. If not two, actually. Well, we'll say one football field away. I'm terrible at that. Sorry. American football, so 100 yards. I don't know what that is in meters. And yeah, again, sparks flew. I mean, it felt like it hit my house. So it's something that you would definitely remember. It's a story I will tell probably for the rest of my life. But I'll spare you. There's more to it. I'll spare you guys. Then I also got Harry Potter, so something about the lightning symbol. Maybe someone's getting a tattoo that has something to do with Harry Potter. And clearly I should have been more organized because this is getting a little bit ridiculous. And then, oh, it didn't fall good. Okay. Gryffindor. What else did I get? Bravery. So I got a bit of relationship messages. Someone you didn't originally find attractive is now very attractive. It could go the other way, but I feel it most strongly going that way. So as you get to know someone, or maybe you have some shared experience or something where it just strikes you at what a quality person this person is. And when you realize someone's a quality person, I mean, I don't know anything that's more attractive than that. So I also see some of you, so this may be someone that you are already friends with. And so it's an interesting dynamic because your friendship was based on being pretty honest. I don't want to say brutally honest because that, to me, if you're brutally honest, it means you're lacking tact and maybe just being mean for this. I don't know, sometimes. So I don't like that phrase, and it doesn't mean giving away secrets either, because I think you have to be really careful with certain things because the other person may not understand that sharing some vulnerability, that they need to receive that and react to that with special care. And not everyone has the ability to, I don't know, just a caution for someone thinking of really spilling your guts. That's not what I'm getting. But I'm getting that you've cultivated a relationship of honesty, and which can lead to intimacy. And sometimes this can feel like the relationship is more difficult because it seemingly creates conflict. But in the grand scheme of things, it reduces the buildup of resentment and minimizes misunderstandings. Sorry. So a real commitment to talking things out and things like that, and being upfront with each other about how you're feeling. So if you're willing to risk it, I got a song lyric. So this is an aside. I know nothing about music. I'm tone deaf. I love music, but as far as making it or understanding it, zip. But I got singing harmony with someone. So if any of you are singers out there, that may mean something to you. Or maybe you're just harmoniously with someone. For some of you, if you're dating someone and you're thinking, is that a red flag? It is. So, I mean, you have to use your own discernment. Now, I'm not saying this as a general rule at all, but I see in someone's situation, if you're trying to get someone to go to therapy with you and they just flat out are not going to go, that's a red flag. If they're so uncomfortable communicating honestly, being vulnerable, trying to meet on common ground, it's like they've moved themselves from the equation. Like, this is your problem, not mine. Why should I have to go to therapy? It isn't me, you're the one upset all the time. So something like that. If you happen to be someone like, is this a red flag? Then this was random too, a cow. This is how my mind works. And I saw we have Jersey cows around here, and I was like, Jersey, And I'm obsessed with Henry Cavill. And so I looked it up because I know he's from the island of Jersey, which is really near France. It's really interesting. I was like, I didn't really realize we're in Guernsey. There's the book, The Guernsey Literary, what is it? Literary and Potato Peel Society. It's a book. I haven't read the book. I'm sure I've heard it's awesome, but it's also a Netflix show. That's really good. So I don't know if you have some connection to, first of all, Henry Cavill. I think lots of people are obsessed with him because he's very good looking. That part of England, cows, dairy farms, I don't know. But visiting a farm, being around animals, may bring some of you joy in February. In someone's career, I see that possibly there's a restructuring and reorganizing going on, which carries a bit of stress, and in some ways you may be like, oh good, finally, like there's issues and it's needed to happen, but they may not be doing it the way it's almost like upper management is just really out of touch with the obstacles and the day-to-day lives that would make a big difference, that would make things more efficient. So I see some of you being like, okay, I was kind of excited they maybe were going to fix some things, but it's like they're completely missing the point. All right, so that's all I had. Sorry to end on sort of a downer, but the bottom of the death card. Oh my God, I did see the death card. I did. I saw the death card, and the times I don't write it down, it comes up, right? Ooh, and the Ace of Wands. So in the darkness, because what I saw this image, this right here, basically just a hooded figure in darkness. I couldn't make out what it was, and I recognized it as the death card. So change, transformation. But what I think is so interesting is look at the darkness of this Ace of Wands and the Spacious Tarot, but this spark in the darkness. So some sort of change. So the death card is change, transformation. So there may have been a place, something moving away from something leaving your life. It's metaphorical. And maybe sometimes change just, we have a visceral reaction to change that may not be positive. Regardless of what the change is, just it feels like it's out of our control. We feel powerless, things like that. But this is seeing the opportunity in it and lighting up the darkness and understanding, okay, those are fears, that's shadow stuff. And not to ignore it, the shadow work's important, but being able to light that spark, that understanding of the opportunity and lighting a fire under you to it motivates you. That's what I'm trying to say. It motivates you to make some changes yourself, maybe, or kind of put your money where your mouth is. I like that. I like that combination very, very much. It's very pretty too. Two of Wands. Okay, wow. And the Ace of, okay, Sag, like Ace of Wands, inspiration. It's also a very phallic card. Whoops. So it could be being very excited about someone. Did I say that tactfully? Excuse me. So this is a new idea. Taking action. Being very motivated and inspired and passionate. Getting your mojo back. That spark of inspiration and creativity. You may be thinking, or maybe you've been planning. Maybe you were planning on doing some sort of business, maybe an online business, or making your business more online friendly. And you've been planning, and this is really the beginning of that plan and starting to take action. So the two of paired with the Two of Wands, we only have so much energy, right? And the Two of Wands, okay, let's really look at where our energy is going and what energy is going towards things that are a return on our investment, and what is just money and energy and time going out. Like my YouTube channel is just money and energy and time going out. I don't make any money, but actually it brings me a lot of joy. So I count it on energy's coming back, and I do really feel that I get things back from it. But you have to look. So where energy is going out, and what's a good investment of your time? Do you have friendships that sorry, the person's only around when they need to vent or bitch about something, and then they're kind of off again and don't seem to really keep up with your life all that much? Or, where's the imbalance, and how can you bring things more into balance? Because you're going to need a lot of energy for these Ace of Wands. You're going to really think, okay, how do I become efficient so I can move on these things that are really exciting me, these new opportunities? Very entrepreneurial, very work from home, although we'll see we don't have Pentacles. Very start your own business, start a new career. You may go back to school, something like that, but you're really, really excited about it. Seven of Wands. Someone may not be as excited about this as you are. And I like how this white wand has worked its way through now, most of the reading. The Seven of Wands says no is a complete sentence. And this is why, until you can learn to say, no, thank you, you will keep expending energy on things that you don't want to, that are draining you. So this is not getting defensive, not getting triggered if people question you or challenge you, or maybe they don't share your vision. This is where it's careful. It doesn't mean you don't want constructive feedback, but there's a difference between constructive feedback and people just giving their opinion based on themselves and their experience and what they think. It's different. So go to your swords friends. Try to get objective information, objective data, and use facts and things like that instead of, the person that, oh, I don't like tarot. I think that's a stupid idea. Well, okay. Well, you wouldn't be a target audience if you're trying to start a tarot business. The King of Swords, again, is that analytical. He's the chess player. It's the energy of data and truth, legal matters, contracts, things like that. He has a hawk here or something, some raptor of some sort. And he can send that up into his thoughts, and he thinks about things, and he gets a higher perspective and a less emotional perspective. So you think about all this wands energy. Now we have all wands, all fire, and he will temper us a little bit. He could also fan the flames a little as well, because air and fire, right? Wind on a fire can really spark it up. But I think he's only going to stoke that fire with facts, and if the facts are great, it will burn brighter. That spark will continue to grow. This is also doing things legally, getting things in writing, getting patents, creating a business, all that. Another 2 now. This is going in your brain, trying to make a decision. Sometimes this reminds me of Libra. Libra, they can be so good at seeing both sides of a situation that that they get analysis paralysis. Or you know what I'm saying? It almost can be confusing and cause you to not know which way to go because of it. So I do think you need to trust your gut. Actually, with all this fire, trust what's really pulling you. Of course, not ignoring the facts, right? Not just being blindly and ignoring the facts or the information, but there is an element of risk. And didn't I say if you're willing to risk it? Did I not say that? Because I got there's a song and there's a controversy with the artist, but the song's called Risk It. So if you're willing to risk it, I think the rest of the lyric, if you're willing to risk, what an opportunity to be free of it. But if you're willing to risk it, what an opportunity. I don't know. I'm not telling you to risk anything. I don't know. You'll have to figure that out. Page of Pentacles. So here's messages about finances, a loan, backing. This page is patient, though, with all this fire energy. Here's some grounding earth energy. It's calm down, Sag. Like, one step at a time. We have to. So these two cards are going to come in and temper all this fire and this excitement to move forward blindly, and say, okay, make sure all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted. Let's make sure we have the money and we're starting off on a financially sound foot, and that we can move forward with a plan and keep things, we're playing the long game here, versus all of this energy is extremely, let's do it, let's go, hit the ground running. And this is, yeah, but let's balance that out. So maybe your partner, maybe you're the creative one and you have a partner or someone that's helping or within it, and they are very more cautious. So yes, that could cause tension, but I think you both recognize the complementary energies going on. And if you can understand, okay, look, my job is to be the creative one and to dream and to just keep everyone motivated and passionate and move forward. And you, air sign or earth sign, or people with a lot of that in your chart, you're there not to be the Debbie Downer, not to be the devil's in the details, but to say, hey, we need to think about things and look at these things, and to appreciate the balance and the perspective that someone else can bring to the table. This is why diversity is so important. It's been shown, it's been studied that companies do better the more diverse they are, because you have all those different perspectives. You're less likely to miss something, and especially opportunities. Um, it's so strange. I got so much sort of relationship channeling, and this turned out to be very much business oriented, career oriented. It could be a new way of life, something you're really excited about. But I see a lot of new business, entrepreneurial type energies happening. You could go out on your own, consulting, things like that. Okay, Sag, well, that's what I got for you guys for February. And thank you so much. I will see you at the next video. Take care.